Welcome tonight. Before we begin our journey, take a moment to settle into your space. Adjust your blankets. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Take a deep breath in, holding it for just a moment, and let it go with a soft sigh. Tonight, we're leaving the busy, demanding world behind. There is nothing else you need to do, nowhere else you need to be. You are safe, you are warm, and you are completely taken care of. Let your eyes grow heavy as we travel to a small, quiet village nestled at the edge of an ancient forest, a place known simply as Silverwood. In Silverwood, time moves a little differently. The clocks in the village square don't tick-tock loudly. They glide smoothly, as if they understand that there is no need to rush. Our story begins in a tiny stone cottage at the very edge of the village. Inside, a fire is dancing lazily in the hearth, casting long, warm shadows across rows of old, leather-bound books and jars of dried lavender and chamomile. An old golden retriever named Barnaby lies stretched out on a thick wool rug in front of the fire. Every now and then, his paws twitch slightly as he dreams of chasing butterflies through sunny meadows. Sitting in a comfortable, deep armchair by the window is Clara. Clara is someone who listens. She listens to the wind as it brushes past the eaves. She listens to the rhythmic patter of the rain on the glass, and she listens to the stories the old forest tells. Tonight, the rain is incredibly soft, just a gentle mist kissing the roof. Clara sips a warm mug of herbal tea, the steam rising in slow, elegant curls into the dim light of the room. She looks out the window, past the garden gate, toward the tree line. The trees of the whispering woods are tall and ancient, their leaves a deep, velvety green during the day, but now, under the twilight sky, they look like gentle giants cloaked in shades of indigo and silver. Clara decides it is time for her evening walk, the quiet stroll she takes every night before sleep to clear her mind and thank the day for its blessings. She pulls on a thick, soft, knitted sweater, slips into her comfortable boots, and quietly opens the door. Barnaby opens one sleepy eye, lets out a long, contented sigh, and goes back to sleep, knowing he is perfectly safe at home. As Clara steps outside, the cool night air meets her skin, fresh and clean. It smells of damp earth, pine needles, and the faint, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine. She walks down the gravel path, her footsteps making a rhythmic, satisfying crunch. 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 With every step she takes away from her cottage, she feels a weight lifting from her mind. The thoughts of the day, the lists, the worries, the endless things to do, simply melt away into the cool night air. She reaches the wooden gate that leads into the forest. It opens with a soft, familiar creak. Inside the forest, the rain doesn't fall directly on her. Instead, the dense canopy of ancient oak and pine trees acts like a grand, natural umbrella. The rain filters through the leaves, creating a symphony of tiny, rhythmic plops on the forest floor. The path here isn't made of stone or gravel. It is lined with a thick, velvety carpet of emerald green moss. As Clara walks, her footsteps become completely silent. It feels like walking on a cloud. As she walks deeper, the forest begins to glow, not with bright, harsh light, but with the soft, magical shimmer of fireflies and bioluminescent moss that hugs the roots of the trees. It looks as though the night sky has fallen to the earth, scattering thousands of tiny, gentle stars along the ground. The wind breathes through the branches, making a sound like a distant, loving whisper. Shh, shh. The trees seem to say, "You are safe here. You can rest now." The Library of Leaves. Clara walks until she reaches her favorite place in the entire world, a natural clearing known as the Library of Leaves. In the center of this clearing stands the oldest tree in the forest, a magnificent, wide-branching willow. Its long, delicate branches cascade down to the ground like a curtain of soft silk, creating a private, hidden room inside. Clara gently pushes past the willow branches and steps inside. The air inside the willow tree is remarkably warm and still. The ground is covered in a thick layer of soft, dried leaves that smell sweetly of autumn. In the center of this natural room, someone has placed a smooth, flat stone bench covered in thick wool blankets and plush pillows. Clara sits down on the bench. She leans her head back against the sturdy, supportive trunk of the ancient tree. She can feel the deep, steady vibration of the tree, a quiet strength that has endured for hundreds of years. It reminds her that the world has a rhythm and that everything, in time, finds its way to peace. Clara sits down on the bench. She leans her head back against the sturdy, supportive trunk of the ancient tree. She can feel the deep, steady vibration of the tree, a quiet strength that has endured for hundreds of years. It reminds her that the world has a rhythm and that everything, in time, finds its way to peace. She closes her eyes and just listens. She listens to the ambient sounds of the night, the distant, gentle hoot of a sleepy owl. Hoo, hoo. The soft rustle of a small forest creature settling into its burrow nearby. The steady, mesmerizing pattern of the rain outside the willow leaves. Everything in nature is preparing for sleep. The flowers are closing their petals. The birds have tucked their heads beneath their wings. Even the stream a few yards away seems to flow more slowly, hummed to sleep by the night. Clara realizes that she too is a part of this beautiful cycle. She doesn't need to hold on to the day anymore. She closes her eyes and just listens. She listens to the ambient sounds of the night, the distant, gentle hoot of a sleepy owl. Hoo, hoo. The soft rustle of a small forest creature settling into its burrow nearby. The steady, mesmerizing pattern of the rain outside the willow leaves. Everything in nature is preparing for sleep. The flowers are closing their petals. The birds have tucked their heads beneath their wings. Even the stream a few yards away seems to flow more slowly, hummed to sleep by the night. Clara realizes that she too is a part of this beautiful cycle. She doesn't need to hold on to the day anymore. A blanket of stars. Sitting in the quiet sanctuary of the tree, Clara lets go of her last remaining thoughts. She visualizes her thoughts as small, glowing leaves drifting down a slow-moving river. She watches them float away, one by one, turning around a bend until they are completely out of sight. Her breath synchronizes with the gentle swaying of the willow branches. Inhale, peace. Exhale, tension. Inhale, warmth. Exhale, fatigue. The world is wrapping her in a blanket of absolute stillness. After a long, beautiful moment of rest, Clara stands up quietly. She leaves the sanctuary of the willow tree and walks back along the soft, mossy path. The journey back to her cottage feels effortless, as if the forest itself is gently guiding her home. She walks through the wooden gate, closes it with a soft click, and walks up the gravel path to her front door. Conclusion. Sleep whispers. Clara steps back inside her warm cottage. The fire has died down to a soft, glowing bed of amber coals, casting a sleepy, dim light across the room. Barnaby shifts slightly, letting out a soft whimper of contentment as she passes. She slips off her boots, changes into her softest pajamas, and climbs into her bed. The sheets are cool and fresh, the duvet heavy, warm, and comforting. As she rests her head on the soft pillow, she can still hear the faint, beautiful whisper of the woods outside. Shh. Sleep. Shh. Sleep. Her eyes close. Her breathing is slow, deep, and even. And just like Clara, you are now safe in your bed. The world outside is quiet. The day is done, and it was enough. You have done enough. Let the warmth of your blankets envelop you. Let the heavy, peaceful sleep wash over you like a gentle wave, drifting, falling into deep, beautiful, restorative sleep. Good night. Sleep tight. Good night.